guys all assume it's a glitch. There's no glitches, guys. There's no glitches in the Matrix. The only glitch is CPI. That's the glitch. Guys, see you very soon. 35 seconds, then the intro. Then we talk about these markets. Wild stuff. Let's see how CPI treats us. And you are correct, Bradley. No weekly options with big news. Are you guys ready? Are you ready for CPI Thursday? I can't hear you in the chat. I want to see apes. I want to see everything. Spam it all. Guys, get ready for what is going to be surely a big decision. Things are coming. Crypto is very interesting right now. What will we see next? I know it's a black screen. Don't worry, guys. Here we go. Welcome, everyone, to the Thursday stream. It is cold. It is miserable here in Melbourne. Shout out to everyone around there. But in the rest of the world, especially anywhere that isn't in the Southern Hemisphere, you guys are having probably a great time. It's a party, and I'm sure it's going to be a great day. I don't even have my Epic pen. I better load that up. So BTC to start with. We're going to talk about crypto, and then we'll get into the markets because we have CPI in only 26 minutes. And you guys know that's very important and we need to pay attention to it because what it does, whether it comes in over, probably not good if it does that. So we don't want over. It's okay to be around the same and we want probably slightly under. That's what we want, guys. If you're a bull, slightly under should be the perfect. That's like a perfectly cooked steak for the CPI data today. Let's have a look at this BTC because this thing's moving ahead. So supposedly regulatory bodies coming in. Let me get the news for you. Where's my news? Here's my news. We'll use the Bloomberg today. Bitcoin climbs as regulators propose banking capital rules. Actually a decent step forward here for crypto. But while Bitcoin is climbing, the whales are shorting hardcore. Have a look at this chart we were looking at yesterday. Now, Bitphoenix, obviously only one exchange, but I tell you what, the whales have committed themselves. They are trying to kill Bitcoin right now. They are trying to push this thing all the way down. Because look at those BTC shorts. I posted this on the Twitters today. Get on over FX Evolution, exclamation mark Twitter if you want to join us over there. Check this out. Resistance, smash through here. We are now, at least on the Bitphoenix data, I haven't had a look at the Binance data. That's also skewed towards the shorts. We basically have massive amounts of shorts being opened right now. Now, it's not really, I don't think it's a short squeeze situation. A few people said to me, oh, Tom, short squeeze. I don't think the whales deal that way. Crypto's not the same as what we're talking about with the hedgies. However, it is very interesting to see that we are at effectively one of the biggest points of shorts since all of that stuff happened in 2018-19. So it's a big position here coming in on the Bitphoenix data. Interesting stuff. Now we go back over to the Bitcoin chart. Let's do that now. And you'll notice that it's starting to pull back a little bit. It just went and made a new high once we saw that regulatory news. It's testing from the top down. And if it gets back under here, of course, now if it gets back under 36.2, could we go all the way back down? BTC is still very tough to trade technically, but I tell you what, that shorts data is pretty phenomenal. Let's move over here. What is everyone saying? Let's go Bitcoin, AMC, and SafeMoon, says Fat Panda. Fat Panda, I'll give you a Bitcoin AMC, but I will never give you SafeMoon, okay? Drew Hanash says shorts are insane. Absolutely. My expectation is 4.7. All right, let's have a quick look here at the CPI. So we'll use Forex Factory just because it's here. The only reason I like this one, we'll refresh it for everybody. So the only reason I like this chart or this kind of thing is because it has like nice little information here and tells you, what the usual effect is and stuff. I think that's kind of cool. There's obviously a whole bunch of different sources you can get it from. I'm a bit boomer. I use this one for you guys. However, you aren't getting the data quick enough here. And that's the problem. It does give you the forecast and everything, but the data release has been absolutely abysmal on Forex Factory. Forecast currently in the middle bracket here for the CPI 0.4. We can see here core CPI 0.5. Let's have a look at last time round so you can see the expectation, what it was, what happened. The market sold off. So what do we want? We want around the expectation or slightly under it. That seems to be the perfect, as I said, steak cook for CPI data. We'll have to find out how that looks. We'll probably do a recap of it tomorrow morning when we know more and we read through the policy. We won't do that here on the stream, but we will be looking at how the market interprets it. So let's get back over to the market. Let's just quickly bring all this in. What's happening here into the CPI data? Well, of course, yesterday we had another sell-off, early open green from the US Nasdaq. Then it sold off. Now, where is it? It was either going to be at key resistance or key support ahead of the CPI data. It's made the decision to go to the key support. You can see how it's interacting with this zone. 13,750 has always been our zone ever since we really started going up recently. We've kind of switched. We switched around here. We started moving towards the long side. That's been correct so far. This is the key zone between the bulls and the bears. You can see it very clearly here on the futures and how important this area is. No matter what you're trading, whether it be a currency, whether it be a commodity, not Bitcoin, but whether it's a currency, a commodity, a big one, or an indice or a stock, generally they will tend to lean towards a key resistance or key support ahead of big news. And that's really the way that I actually look at all of these things. Non-farm payrolls tends to go towards a resistance or support. So we're down 0.25% here in the morning. I'm not too worried at this stage, but you know what this will be. I mean, if you've got two highs, it closes below here. What's going to happen today? Of course, shorters will start to get control. They'll push it towards 13.6. Next level after that is going to be that 13.4, and so on and so forth. So if the bears get control, if the bulls get control, as soon as they clean 13.9, of course, we're going towards 14,000 plus. And I believe at the same time, you'll be seeing, of course, a new all-time high on the SP 500. So we'll check that out. By the way, BTC longs always goes to the moon, says Andy Waters. Yes. FANG will be opening red, not good for the NAS. It just depends on the data, man. This will all switch in 21 minutes. We're going to see some direction, and the market's just setting up for that. So I don't think we can necessarily say that there's a big difference from what we're looking at now. Well, there is going to be a big difference, between what we're looking at now and what we're looking at in 20 minutes' time. Someone says, is Malbs out of knockdown net? I don't even know, dude. I don't even know if it's out. Drew Hanish says, biggest bear trap in history or whales about to take advantage while money is distracted in meme stocks? So are you talking about whales in the BTC side? The biggest bear trap in history? Is that the one you're talking about, Drew? Interesting stuff. So first up, Nasdaq on support. We'll be looking at this throughout the session. Go over here. Look at this. Rejection, rejection, rejection. US 500 has absolutely no idea where it wants to go. In fact, it's trapped here between body closes of about 42.20, 42.16 and this top. So it clearly waiting for the data as well. We'll go back to this throughout the session. It's going to be a good one today, guys, for sure. US 10-year recovering a little bit here. We saw it break through the 1.53. This will be also one that's going to be highly volatile in a few minutes. I'm not sure whether, I think the market's scared because of last month. So usually CPI, I'm like, whatever. But because last month was quite different from the expectation, this one suddenly matters. And that's the only reason. Usually CPI, you'll look at it, you won't need to pay much attention to it. It's only when it's drastically different. And then usually the one after that drastically different until we get back into being able to forecast it. Because remember, an economist's forecast throughout all these banks, they're packed into price over time. So they all expect something. If it comes out around expectations, hey, we already priced it in. Let's move it that little fractional of a percent. But if something is completely different from what the expectation is, that's when you get those big moves. And you can't predict that's going to happen, but you can follow the price action and you can see it in the charts how the market's interpreting it. So clearly today it's interpreting it as we are not packing in the full price ramifications for if CPI is, let's say, if CPI is going like really crazy high, of course, then you'll see probably the markets go down. If CPI comes in as expectations, I actually might see I think the market might turn around and go up. What do you guys think? Tell me right now in the chat. I'm very, very interested to see what you guys think. J-Rock says AMC and GME. That's right, man. HE, I got you, man. You play Dota. I know you, HE. Good morrow, Coinbase, please, says Michael. Yeah, we'll look at all of them soon. So firstly, dollar index. I'm still very skeptical about trading dollar index. I think the big thing here for dollar index is if you're going to trade the currencies, go trade the euro, go trade the pound. Dollar index indecision for me on the bigger time frames. A lot of people say, how do you do this? Sometimes I just go and I sit there and I go, you know what? I'm going to sit back, chillax, wait for the next one. It's not trading every day that you have to do. It's finding the better opportunities that you think are higher quality. You guys know I'm all about the healthcare right now, and that actually has been the one sector that's really been doing good, especially the biotech. It's been doing actually okay, holding up and moving actually steadily up, while the rest of this market, other than the meme stocks, really just kind of flounder and not do much. Let's move over to gold. Unfortunately, gold is under coming into CPI data. Again, we'll come back to this in just over 15 minutes time, because when you check this out, it's looking super weak. It's come back down to this level. That's not good. We go over here to something like a daily. It's just not ideal. It's back on its support, the daily 20. You can see here daily 20, daily 20, daily 20. It's at a level of very important point, basically, between the bulls and the bears. Who will win? We don't know yet. You get out your trend line, you bring that through as well. You can see it's right on that trend line that we traded off last time, or we were looking at. So gold struggling, silver struggling, everything's struggling into this CPI event. The only thing that isn't struggling is US oil. US oil continues to present every single time on these 2-hour, 4-hour charts. We've got the 4-hour 50, put that one in today. Talked about how we found this quite a few times in terms of the support. It continues to present good buy opportunities. They've been very solid on our way and our move towards $72 and $75. Yeah, what can I say about black gold? Black gold has been an enigma, and I'm pretty happy that it's been doing that. We had Twitter breakout yesterday. That was a nice one, on its way to 64. Still trading this towards that number. Hopefully it can continue to move towards that. That idea has filled the gap, and Twitter has a very good statistical chance of filling the gap over time. We've seen, when we go back through the history, so many times when it's done it. So many times. Britsu says Clov pre-market is below support. Yeah, we'll go down to the meme stocks. So as we suspected yesterday, there was too many meme stocks pumping, and unfortunately that pushed a huge amount of them down because the money was dispersed. And as I said, if everyone's being dispersed and they're going through a whole bunch of different meme stocks, what's that going to do to us? Unfortunately, it's going to weaken the cause, and it's going to mean that things like AMC and GME start to fail. That creates a fear or a rush sentiment out, and we have a lot of pumpy dumpy kind of ones. So Clov down pretty hard here in the morning, 16.15. It's really getting dumped on, and that's unfortunate. It is underneath the previous highs, and where's the support for it? Well, you'd have to think around $15. I mean, I don't think it's 16.10. That doesn't really make sense to me. Something around $15 where this 2-hour 20 is. Not that that matters. It's mostly just like psychological levels. So is it 16? Previous little bit of resistance. Is it 15? Psychological level. We don't know. Clov certainly looks pretty terrifying. This is effectively a blow off top. There's no doubt this is a blow off top. So any movement up here now, I think this is done. It's unlikely now to fully recover and make a new high. Again, what does the community think about that? Do you guys think it can make a new high? I think it can bounce, but I don't think it can make a new high based on what we're seeing here. AMC coming in $48, right on support, this one. So AMC is on support. We go down to the 15-minute chart, and you're going to see it. Bang, 48, 48, 48, 200 on the 15-minute, 48. So this is right on support into the market open. GME earnings came out yesterday. As we suspected, that caused a decline in the market. No one should ever be excited about earnings when it comes to these meme stocks. If you're in them, I don't like earnings into them. I think there's only one occasion that actually went up through earnings. So it's usually not been very good for it. And it has pulled back. Good news is it's back to around that 280 area, which was previous resistance. So this is the zone that, again, is support in the markets for these big two pillars. The AMC and the GME tend to be at around those levels that you could see them going more bullish. It'd be very, very interesting. A few people saying Sundial, Wish. What do you guys think of those? All right, let's have a look at Sundial. Sundial, 114. I'm thinking still the 110 for Sundial, which is where it bounced off last time. I mean, there's no diamond hands here, so it's all about AMC really starting to pump as well. So Sundial doesn't look too good. Let's have a look at OCGN for you guys. This one, 28% down. Wow. 6.7. Yep. That is very, very nasty. Let's go to the daily. 6.7. Wow. That's like here in the middle of nowhere. That's really low. Why so low so quickly on this? Why so much dumping? I don't know about OCGM. What's the news, guys? Tell me. What is the news? I stick to the big stocks. I stick to the big indices. What is this thing doing? Chat, let me know. That seems relatively low. I mean, if that gets down to the 6, that's where it's bought off every time. I mean, if we have any chance of these kind of stocks going again and again and again, that is very low on Oxygen. Must be news. Wish. Let's have a look at Wish. Actually recovering. 1093, 3.1. So another big red day. Huge volume yesterday. Big amount of buyers and sellers. That volume is massive. That's right around the level you expected. Again, another one that's kind of on that support. If I was a betting man, I'd say a lot of these are on those kind of supports. NAKD back on support as well. In fact, this, if we go down to a 5-minute chart, might even be making a series like a kind of like triangle as it's trying to break out. Not that solid, but yeah, something like that. It's an interesting day. I think AMC and GME still are the pillars of both. They need to fire. The rest will come with it if they can. Let's see if anyone knows about Oxygen. OCGN is going to pursue normal approval process, and the FDA asked for more information. That likely means new clinical trial. Yeah, okay, that's why. Fair enough. Thank you very much, DC85 CPA. Yep. That usually does mean those types of things, and that means more money, and that means more time, and obviously that particular stock, people get impatient with it, yeah? Let's have a look around the broader market here. We've got 11 minutes till it comes in. I'll load up the Webull. Let's get the Webull open. We're going to have to reset it today. Unfortunately, I lost power here for a little while, so because of that, we lost some of my presets, which sucks, but anyway. Actually, a lot of people lost heaps of power here in Australia. My parents are completely out for 4 days or something. It's pretty bad. 23 bill, 23.5. And then we'll go 999. Just resetting this for you guys. All right, here we go. All right. The market. We'll have to put this a little bit bigger now because things have gone up. 24 billion. Let's have a look. 498 results. That's what we want. Let's have a look at the pre-market. American Express SE powerhouse, that stock beast. They announced, I believe today, something about their Shopee is going into Chile. Someone in the private community shared that. That was a really good one. We got Zoom, McDonald's. On the downside, we've got Biogen continues to kind of reprice itself after that big news. Twilio, Moderna. Interesting. Let's go to the watch list. Let's go to speculation. Let's have a look here. Oh, the Goku. The Goku, guys. Gaotu. Remember that one from yesterday? It's actually up in the pre-market. Someone said that. We were talking about the Goku. It's Go2, by the way, if you want the code. That was one that people were saying that was probably going to squeeze. I guess it is moving here. So the Goku has been moving in the morning. Everything else is down mostly. Let's have a quick look at that one. So it came down throughout the whole session, and then today this one has the pull on it. I think it's because it's relatively cheap. And it's super beaten. Super beaten on where it's been. Big volumes coming through still. Interesting. Stopped right on the trend line too. Look at that. Stopped right there, fully rejected that zone. Imagine if it busts through it. That'd be a big one. SE equals amazing, says Vio Noob. Yeah, they're good company. They're very quick at getting things through. They're very quick. So we've got a couple of donations coming in here. I'll just quickly read them. We've got Knock Knock coming in. He's all over BTC today, I believe. $5 to go smash those likes, boys and girls. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Thank you very much. Knock Knock. Appreciate it, man. Root analysis. Nice day yesterday. Big gap. Hit near the resistance. Stopped off. $15 close above obviously will be your next big zone of strength. Today it's down $13. Where you expect support, somewhere around here. Probably pretty decent support too, around that 12er, maybe $11.50 to $12 price range if it does come down. This is not bad support at all with a decent base on it. So even if you think about what it's done recently with this squeezing, it's still got a good chance of hovering around this zone, even if you get it kind of wrong, which is always nice. If you buy something like AMC and it gets obliterated, that's not going to work out so well. Oh, we don't have watermarks? ACK US $2 says watermark on chart, please. Yes, I told you we lost the power. Thank you very much, ACK. Appreciate the $2, man. So yeah, Knock Knock, thank you. And root analysis, $15 close above. That'll expose you 20. And at this stage, a pullback here around that 12er, 1180, 1160. That's going to be a really good zone. Welcome to 1,334 viewers coming in today for CPI data. We have 7 minutes till we see it. Market's recovering a little bit. They're still all around those critical supports for the indices. And the bigger markets are, of course, starting to, really kind of move as well. We've got gold. Doesn't know what it wants to do. It's on the trend line. Silver's obviously following it a little bit. US oil just does whatever it feels like, and the rest. Let's go through some stocks that I've been enjoying recently. And actually one of them is you wouldn't believe it. It's ARKG. You wouldn't believe it, yeah. And a few of the companies in ARKG. I've actually very much enjoyed this stock. It's been a beautiful thing, and I still think it is pretty good. I'm a big believer at the moment that we're seeing a transition to biotechnology again being a sector of interest. Also, healthcare, as I've said several times, and it's already been rotating now for a few weeks, and it's continuing to rotate. I think this has been a very good performance sector. Do you guys agree, or do you not agree? Let me know in the chat right now. I want to know whether you guys agree or not agree. AMC will moon at open, says John Paul. It is on the support. It is on the support. SW, don't worry, the watermark's here. Yes, I've actually enjoyed the ARKG fund. I don't really like the fact that it's got a lot of TDOC in it, but because I like my own TDOC. If I'm going to take TDOC, I'll take it by itself. But the idea of biotechnology in this particular one, I don't usually trade these technically, but I saw this happen across all of the major kind of genomics, the major biotechs, and when they were all running, I'm just like, you know what? All right, healthcare. This is the way we go. Look at Oxygen. We just did Swifty Fresh. We had a look. It was nasty. But it is back on that low. I hope it goes to 0, says Bull Rocket. Bull Rocket? No, dude. Damn, no. We're not going to 0 on this. We're going to at least this price here. Okay, at least $93. Dude, come on, man. $0. You're trying to make me lose money. What a hater. What a hater. Okay. Bit of coil. AMD coming back down to 2 moving averages. Anywhere around this area should present buying opportunity here for AMD. You can see the 20. You can see the 50 on the daily. These are no joke moving average slithers. When they get close together, they both act as dynamic support. It's very important. 4 minutes off CPI data, by the way, guys. We will be checking that out in just a sec. But yeah, look, this is an area that I expect it to probably bounce off. This is where we hope for it to go, back up to the trend line, and you can see that trend line coming through. If we break through this level, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You can tell my age. I don't think anyone says dude anymore. There was a very terrible film years ago. I think it was like, Dude, Where's My Car? Now that if you know what that is, I know that you were born in at least the early 90s, late 80s. Because there's no way that you will know, dude, where's my car otherwise. That was a terrible film. So bad. So bad. All right, let's go around to more. What are some other favorites that we've been looking at that are coming back down to supports? Airbnb coming back down to support. Really nice movement here in terms of at least a bit of a coil. We actually had some good social arb that we'll bring back on this one very soon. But firstly, let's move over to the 4 screens because we need to get ready here for CPI data. We'll bring on the US 100. We're going to have to bring the US 10-year yield on because I think that's going to be super important for us to check out. And we'll bring that down to a 15-minute chart because all the rest are dirty. 15-minute chart. What's our Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is declining. Look, totally expected. The whales don't like to lose, guys. And the whales are hardcore shorting Bitcoin right now. If you go back to the start of the stream, you'll see BTC shorts. It's across all the channels. I had a look at Binance. I had a look at some other networks. They are short so hard. They are short so hard. They love it. They're getting in. We'll load up gold because that's going to be very susceptible to this. And of course, we're going to load up your dollar index because this is always very susceptible to this. So let's find out what's going to happen here. We have 2 minutes off CPI data. We're not going to use that gold anymore. I've got to fix that. We use the currency.com gold. Bit better. There we are. Oh, yeah, then. And then... Dude, where's my tendies, says HE. That's right. Dude, where's my tendies? That's a good one. All right, we're ready, guys. CPI data coming out 2 minutes. This will be the story of the rest of the day, most likely across every stock out there, except for probably the squeeze stocks, though it may even have an effect on that. We've got our markets. Our main markets are sitting here on the right-hand side. 2 minutes to go. Let's read some of the chat here. See what you guys are saying. Vio Noob Super Chat $2.99. DMTK is a farmer with sticker melanoma test entry, please. We'll look at the technicals for you after the CPI data. So here we go, guys. I'm going to load it up for myself. I'm going to grab this one and some other info. Let's get into it. Now we'll close a few of these off. We don't need this many windows today. There we go. All right. 30 seconds. Refreshing. Here we go. The anticipation. CPI. Don't trade options into these days. You guys in the US, you get a little crazy with your weekly options. I've been somebody, I like to simmer it out over a couple of weeks. So I don't really feel the pain train of a week-long expiries. So here we go. It's coming out. Expectation, 0.5 core CPI. CPI 0.4. Unemployment claims 370 forecast. Countdown 2 seconds. Bang, it's out. Gold just got smashed. US 100 initially sold off pretty hard. Hit support. Let's have a look at the data. Numbers. See this program, it's bad. See how late it takes me? You guys already have this data. So gold gets initially smashed, recoups. 0.7 core CPI coming out against 0.5. How to interpret that? Not extremely over the top, not bad. It's not ideal. We would have preferred it to be on forecast, around 0.5% for bulls of the market. This is not an ideal number to come out. So it's actually, I'd say it's like slightly negative. Slightly negative. You can see the US 10-year is rising because of this number, and the US Nasdaq is coming through with some negativity in it. So this is not the number that we wanted for bulls in the market. This is a crap number. We want underneath expectations. We want a 0.4 and a 0.3. We don't want this stupid 0.7. Why can't you just give us a 0.5? Come on. Why can't you just give us a 0.5? So it's mostly a bad one. Because good news is bad news, and bad news is good news, and you know how it is. Is it drastically different? Not like last month. Let me bring up the chart. So you can see the expectations last month and where it was. And then obviously 0.5 last month where it was. Huge. This month, just above. So it's not crazy. Now we actually have even less ability to exactly know what's going on for the day, because that expectation you'd have to think it's a net negative for the markets, but it's not high enough. Like if it was 0.4% away, it's not quite high enough for us to be like overly worried. But look at that 10-year yield. See that 10-year yield spiking through here? Jobless claims, I'll give you the number on it. That won't matter as much. That's usually only a bit of orange news. It's the main one at the end of the month, the non-farms that people really pay attention to. The market's just kind of trying to figure out whether it wants to hold high off the fact that that data is a little bit stronger than expected. And you can see the 10-year yield. So I'm not too concerned about that. Overall, my feeling is it's okay. But I do think that this will spike. It'll kind of cause some concern in the morning. And then hopefully we can hold that US 100 around that 13,750. It's going to be all in the first couple of hours here now in the stock market. Because it's not quite... like if I was in Wall Street, how would I look at this? I'd be like, we need to see another piece of data. We maybe don't short it just yet. We need to see like one more piece of data. Because that's not exactly what we expected. We expected to be on the forecast. This has come in slightly above. 5% year-on-year inflation will take the headlines. They got their story. 5% over May and is 2008 high at growth. Yeah, look, the stories will be wild, but the mainstream media versus what you really want to be doing is you want to be following the price action. If we break underneath, the market's made a decision. That decision is bad. If the market moves up, I don't care what the story is in the mainstream media. It doesn't matter. The price action is telling you something different. You trade what the guys are saying. And you don't trade what they're saying. You trade what they're doing. That's always been the way that I've stuck with the market. You've got to not be scared, and you've got to just constantly think, what is the market telling me based on the price action? That's the true human psychology. All that other storyline and crap and everything can be very different from the expectation. And that's why I'm saying, you look at that data and you think, oh, it's bad. But it's like that little smidgen not bad enough. Remember, they did sell off a little bit coming into this event. So is that bad? I think they need more information now. Mr. Big, VIX works on market open with SPX. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, it's options on SPX. So volatility index here, the VIX, you can see that it doesn't give a crap. But yes, it works on the market open SPX data. So US 100 recovering, gold recovering, dollar index doing whatever it feels like. 10-year yield, I think, could still spike a little bit, but overall still underneath the major technicals, which is that 1.5. I'm not concerned. I think it's not a clear, like I can say, oh yes, I know exactly what Wall Street are going to do after this, because it's not close. It's too close, but I don't think it's a super negative. Cool. That's good for us because most of us are probably long at this stage in the markets. So therefore, if they want to take it higher, I say, welcome. Thank you very much. Let's go over to some other stuff. BTC moving up slightly here off that news. You can see it went to 37,387. Again, the story today is BTC shorts are out of control. The whales are transacting, they're transferring, and they're battling it out to try to get this thing under. It's clear that the whales are having an attack on Bitcoin, and we'll see whether they can win it out. US oil spikes up to 0.75%, 70.26, continues to be strong. Let's continue through. What's AMC doing now? Down 3.51%. So I would like to see AMC open around $48 and then find buying support there. If you're buying this thing today, good luck to you. But what you need is throughout the session where you're going to see more explosions is if it can get above here. So let's say you bought this for whatever reason. And this just goes for any technical if you were buying this. So let's say you bought the knife here of decline. Where it gets really exciting is going to be past 52. Because at that point, you're going to be breaking through those previous highs. You're going to be breaking through this little bit of a declining trend line kind of area that's gone through here. And everything will be going more positive. The sentiment will be there. And then you can get involved in that participation level that usually blasts up to something like a $60 price tag. So there is benefits in waiting. And then if you're also in, you can have more confidence when you break through this level based on your knowledge of the technical analysis, based on your knowledge of the next levels. That's the difference between being like understanding the charts and the psychology. is that a lot of people just buy here and they think, oh, I've got resistance up here. Fair enough. But what if you leave some of that order on and it goes through this level? Are you going to be confident that that is very, very clean and good for you? Yes, you will be, because you know that after this level, 55 should be in the bag. And then after that, 60 should be in the technical bag. That's the type of thing we do look at. Markets still recovering, or are they moving around? 13,764, US 500 very much not changed very much, 0.15%, and gold now rallying to 1883. Craig Wilder said that's a big fat nothing burger. Correct, Craig. A nothing burger. Just like all of these things they usually are. Would I have closed my positions if I was in a swing? No. Would I close my positions if I was in a scalp? Probably, because you don't want to go, especially the only time I actually wouldn't usually, but I would because last month's CPI was so different. If last month's CPI was in forecast and then you had this month's CPI, I'd be like, that is going to be a big fat nothing burger. If you take something away from this stream, that's a key note. If it's been a big fat nothing burger for some time and it's always been, because it is often like this, and it's always been in line with forecasts and they're getting it correct, then it's probably packed into price. The only time it won't be is when the expectation and the forecast are so different. This time around, they're kind of close. Last time around, they had a pretty large gap. Cool. All right, let's get back to that donation that we had here. This is from VioNoob, DMTK, Dermtech. This is a pharmaceutical company. Size on it is $1.26 billion. Okay, I like one thing, maybe. Do I like one thing? Do I like anything? Alrighty. So daily has made the new peak. That's good. You can see why it's good. Trough, peak, high, trough, high, peak, long leg doji. I think this is pretty key. I think it can move higher here as well. I don't really want to trade this personally, but if you like this stock for whatever reason, it's doing everything that you want it to do at the correct zone. So you can see here, this is exactly where you want it to go. Tesla played event, PLAID event today, by the way. Maybe people will go crazy into that event. I think it's going to be a nothing burger, but what do I know? What do I know? We'll have to look at the price and we'll see whether the hype comes back in. This looks really good. Resistance, from the perspective of this is a key level that you can see the market, long leg doji, is interpreting it like that. You get a little closure above this zone. I think that could send you back to your 52. So not bad. Thank you very much for the donation and good luck. Let's have a look at Tesla. You guys get very excited about very small moves on Tesla. 0.46% coming into the played. I read that. I was like, what does that even mean? What is played? But yeah. Look, 600, I think this 598.78, it's close enough to 600 for me just to think, okay, that's not really that important. When we go down to a smaller time frame, you can see it's not unrealistic to think that there's support round here. You know, if I was like trading this day trade, scalp day trade, see how you've got a series of lower peaks? Then today we're opening at 601. So is this pretty strong? Like you've got lower peaks. Let's say you get past 602. What are you doing? You're breaking this downtrend on the 5 minute. If I was seeing an open market like this and I saw that type of move and a move above here, that's a good trade setup. It means a few things. Number one, see the volume is improving around this side. Now, obviously, I would have preferred it still in trading and not new day. But number two, you've got all the moving averages that you're going to be closing up against. And this is the key. It's about this point where if the market moves up and then it comes back down, where's it coming back down to? It's coming back down to all of the moving averages behind it. Those moving averages will now act as dynamic support, and that gives you an extra little bit of advantage to get through. Extra little bit of advantage. I'll just quickly change the title of the video. Big CPI data is now out. All right, there we go. We've changed it. It's done. So 601 is good. 602 would be ideal here for a closure. It'll kind of create enough base, I think, for smaller traders to come in throughout the session, hopefully push it up through the day. If as long as the market continues this turnaround event, which is great, straight on support, starts turning around, it'll be awesome. So let's go check the Weeble now that we've seen that market come out. So we've got Goku up the top. Goato Tech, whatever it is, that was the one that was squeezing yesterday. It's bouncing a little bit here. That's got more potential in it, but there. Microvision, MBIS. We've got Riot Blockchain, of course, because of the Bitcoin move. I'm not sure if I'm convinced on the Bitcoin move, though. Palantir and all of the rest down. Oxygen down hard, 26.85%. News event there. We've got it from the chat. Somebody said that they have to go back to the drawing board, basically on one of their drugs. That's not good. And that's the risk of sometimes trading these types of stocks. That's a bad thing. Huge amount of fear coming back into GameStop. 280 is around that support line, so it's going to open up there. And AMC also opening up right around the support on the 15-minute chart. Let's go over to the big stocks. And we now have more, it looks like, technology. We've got SE, we've got Coinbase coming up in the 228. We've got a question about that before. We'll load it up and have a look at it on the charts. Boeing doing well, 251, one of our favorites of the boomer stocks. I still think that's got more in it. I reckon it's got 300, 320 in it if you can be prepared to wait for a couple of months. JP Morgan, banks doing well after that bit of news. So that's interesting. Let's go and have a look at, what was that stock that someone just asked? And I've forgotten already. I forgot it already, guys. Is Clov done? I think Clov can bounce, but Clov, I don't believe it can get above the high. I think the community answered that before. But yeah, I don't believe it. I think that's too big a sell-off. Whenever you see a sell-off this big, man, this sell-off is too much. It usually means like some kind of blow-off top event. So that was horrible yesterday. But do I think it can bounce somewhere around here? Yeah, AMC and GME have to lead the way. You need the big two. They lead the way. The rest can follow. But if the big two struggle, the rest will die with it. Coin, that was the one. I hate the stock so much, I forgot about it in literally goldfish memory time. I forgot about that damn quick. So 250 is a clear target, and you could see why. Support, resistance. We've already got that one up. We theorized last time that around that 224 was a buy zone. And the main reason we had that is just because we had that one outlier event, which happened on that big sell-off of Bitcoin day. And then since then, we never really, I think this was an overreaction. So my kind of feeling here is that when we look at this market as a whole, what has it been doing? Has it been giving us any solid, we don't have much data on it. So has it been giving us any solid readings? Is there some trend line on it that we can try to figure out when all of this hell is over? I actually don't think so. In fact, I wouldn't even trade this technically. The way I would do it is I would go and have a look at Bitcoin charts. And if I believe that the crypto market was stabilizing and that Bitcoin was actually going to move up, let's call it 42,000 plus. If Bitcoin moved above that, I think that Coinbase at that point would become a decent buy for the crypto world. But I don't think you can look at this chart and say, oh, I love these levels. Will 200 be a buy zone? Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Why? It's a psychological zone. A lot of people will like that price. A lot of people. Is 220 a decent area? Yeah, I think it is. I think even 224, like we put in here, is a good little buy zone if you're prepared to hold it. But you know what? I wouldn't hold it if BTC, I think you got to have a call off date on it. So that is that if BTC moves, maybe not. Maybe even if BTC goes to 20, you'll still be able to get like a 160 price out of this. So as long as you're prepared to hold through like a BTC further sell-off that might happen, like a 28K or a 28.5K, this area here seems to be getting a decent amount of support. And I would just be looking at the daily volume. All I would do is I'd come down, I would look at the daily volume, and I would look at it and say, is it improving? And if it's improving, that means some big fund is starting to purchase into it. Just like we saw with Airbnb the other day when it was basing. Look at this. You've got this high. What is this? Long leg doji here on the daily. 230 plus breakout. If BTC holds, what happens? You could go down to 250, but ultimately you're at the mercy of BTC, and that's the main problem there. Tyler Ritchie. Wow. Tyler Ritchie. Damn, dude. Thank you very much for this very generous donation. Can we put some claps in the chat for Tyler? $20 or $19.99. Appreciate it, man. US too. That's like 30 Australian dollars. New Guinea singing dog. What the? New Guinea singing dog Inu. New Inu / USD. Up 400% last night. Can we go higher? Is this some like an infomercial? New Guinea singing dog. What? Is this like some New Guinea singing dog? That's actually a crypto. Wow. Oh my God. What is this madness? Dude, I love your donation, but bro, this is crazy. Well, let's put the watermark on for the New Guinea singing dog. There you go. We've only got one chart here, so we're going to have to go over to Coinbase. What is that? That thing's a hideous demon. Let's go over to CoinMarketCap. New, how do I even spell it? New Inu. Okay. It's like a new picture of the dog. Is it cuter? Is that dog cuter, guys? I mean, it's all in the picture, isn't it? So it comes in at nothing and then increases to nothing. This has got to be some kind of FUD. I mean, not fun, like some kind of like ramp. I don't know, dude. You know, I can't talk about that. I've probably given it too much screen time, but it's worth already way too much money. I mean, not way too much money, but yeah. Look, if you like pictures of dogs and you think this one is the next one, sure. But I can't tell you where the hell that thing's going. You should know this. Dollar index getting ramped now as well. Look at that, getting smashed as we go higher on the market. So today could be the day, guys. US 500 looks good. You can have another stock, but that one is a rubbish coin. That's a nothing coin? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's more just trying to get someone to buy it. Be careful out there, people. But I do appreciate the donation. Yeah, these rejections have me excited. Look at this. We've got rejection, rejection, rejection. That's effectively a spring or a coil right underneath the S&P 500. I'm not changing. I'm going optimistic here, guys. We've been optimistic for the last couple of weeks. I'm feeling good about it. Hell yeah. We're going to make a new high today, boys and girls. Are we going to do it? Tell me, chat. We're going to do it? New highs? And that means new highs for everybody. New highs for everybody, even the meme stock traders. Do you think we can do it, guys? Yes or no? Let's have a look at the SPX. Okay. Look at it. Just struggling around. This is actually what you usually want to see if it's going to break. You want these beautiful little, small little candles just getting ready. And then it goes bang. And then we can move higher, finally. AJ really wants SPCE. Okay. Sounds like a bean company. SPC, they make baked beans. Well, they did in Australia. I don't know if they're dead. Look, this stock interests me absolutely nada, none. I hate it. I don't like airplane companies. I don't like Virgin Galactic. I know it's a squeeze. I know it's been moving. But you know what? I'm going to stick with this. And that is that I think this level and this level made a lot of sense to scale out. Okay? I understand it's testing from the top down. And yes, if you were looking at it from a technical perspective, this is buy support. This is buy support. People say, no, you can't do it today. Damn, dude. I think we can do it. I think we can make a new high right now, today. Because you guys say no, I say yes. Why not? Yeah, this stock, it's at support. Every if I just saw this chart and I didn't understand that the company is a bit of a dodge company, then I would say yes, it's on support. And that's a good breakout. So from that technical standpoint, that's how I feel about it. Let's keep going over here to some other questions we've got about things. ECB raises 2021 inflation outlook to 1.9% from 1.5%. That's all right. It's only a little 0.4% change. Thank you very much, Massey. Appreciate that. That's okay. We can deal with that, can't we? What else have we got? I blew my account on this piece of POS space stock with options, Flash says. Well, Flash, I'm sorry that happened to you, but yes, it is a POS. That is correct. It's crap, and we don't like it. I don't care if you make 5 billion% on it, I still don't like it. Sometimes you have to draw, a stand, and you say, I don't like it. Oh, this is disappointing. Plug pre-marketing at 31. Come on now. 31 is not what we want. This should be here. And I think this probably got caught up in the squeeze stuff as well. I want this to hold very much. And I would like it to move back to this 32 zone. I don't like this pre-market. That sucks. 4.41% sucks. We're going to have to watch that one. I'm going to put that over here. Well, we'll watch it a little bit later. AMC, what it's doing? 47.28, not good. GME, 277, down 8.5. Oh, they're all at support. They're all right around there. Let's have a look at DraftKings. Right at resistance. Breakthrough here could be quite good. Been a decent run here. A few people on the channel have been really loving this one. Great base accumulation down here, guys. If you're ever looking for base accumulation, that's a very good one to go and spot. Look at the 4-hour chart and you'll see it. Really great movement around 50 as well with a strong breakout into resistance. Break close above here should signal in $65. I actually believe in online gambling in the US very much so in the future, and this is obviously one of the bigger players there. What's up with the Twitter stock? Twitter stock is good. Yesterday, I would have preferred it held the price. So I think yesterday we should have held like here. Nothing changed. I still want this thing to go to $64. That's really what I feel about it. I think it should go to $64, and then I don't care about it anymore. Overall, makes sense to me. If we take like any of this negative kind of movements here, everything is pointing towards more bullishness. You're back above the 20 and the 50 moving average here on the daily. So I'm still thinking $64, man. K-Chan says, please get off the Wall Street bet stocks. Oh, look, we cover a bit. Scott Morgan says, thank you, Tom. You're finally a believer in DKNG. I'm not a believer. I hate the price. I hate the price, Scott. DKNG is not a good price. I'm sorry. If you were to say to me online gambling is profitable, hell yes it is. Especially with something American markets haven't seen yet, which is live gambling during the actual sports event. It's an incredible profit field. Incredible profit. I see it here in Australia. Per person, I think it's like $1,400 gambling per person in Australia spent per year. Lost. That's an incredible amount of money when you think about it. Now, it's terrible, but it's incredible. I love the idea. I love the concept. I hate the price. So it requires now a huge amount of effectively states coming online for this price to come through. BNGO, let's have a quick look. Another one of these squeeze stocks, it looks like. Yeah, it's back on support. Support into the open. All of this one here, very, very similar to the others. They're all at that kind of key area that they should hold through if they're going to. Let's go through some of our favorites. Let's continue through our story here. I think Square is right on support as well. I think this is actually not a bad pickup. Now, you guys know I love Square. Okay, I like the company. I think they're fairly disruptive and they got a good chance. Check that trend line out. Whew! Look at that trend line. Hell yes to breaking that trend line. Let's get through. Now, we will look at a balance sheet possibly tomorrow for Square because people seem to think this is some Bitcoin company. It's totally not a Bitcoin company. The only thing that I'm worried about, and I can't personally use it, which annoys me, is Cash App. I want to know exactly how good Cash App is. American audience out there, UK audience, guys, do you like Cash App? Yes or no? Be honest with me. You can say it's crap. Do you like Cash App? Because usually when I take a big position in a stock, I like to use all their services. I already know what their point of sale's like. I like that. I like the inventory system. I like the online. I like all that. That ecosystem I'm cool with. But the Cash App, I don't quite understand how good it is. And when I read stuff online about it, it's like, I got hacked. Someone stole money from me. I like, that worries me, like, I gotta say. But this is a great trend line here. I very much like the support it's on. And I think this is actually pre-market a little bit not unfavorable really towards it. I think it should be higher. If you've got Bitcoin holding around 37,700 right now, this thing should be higher. Okay, Johnny Crypto says, I like Cash App. Lord Mushy says, I like Cash App. Venmo, I'm a PayPal boomer, says W Dix. Venmo is better? What is this evil Venmo? I like good old-fashioned cash. Yeah, but no, the government doesn't like that. The government doesn't want you to use real cash. They want you to use Cash App. Or some kind of crypto that they made. Cash App sucks. With Zally, Cash App lost its swag. Okay. Cash App's easy to use. All right, it's very interesting. FinViz from yesterday, pretty pleased. Oh, yeah, the FinViz. I bought it up. So people are wondering, like, how do you find these type of squeezy stock things? I said I'd do it. Here it is. Basically, it's pretty simple. You can search a multitude of different things. I think the teller here, though, is that you put in a market cap either small, under 2 bill, or under 10 billion, somewhere around there. Then you want to select, of course, float short pretty high, average volume pretty high, stocks without. You don't want ETFs, of course. And then price, I always select under 20. Ideally around that kind of $5 to $15 is where they'll be if you're looking for them. And then what you're looking for in terms of these things, I don't think you need to do it this way anymore, by the way. This is just one of the ways that you could have done it in the past, is when you're looking at these charts, obviously all the lines that FinViz draws in its scanner suck, so don't use them. But you're looking for like this type of thing here on this CLVS. So see how there's a bullish hammer here? There's clearly a declining, like I can already tell you that there's some kind of declining trend line there, and it's just about to break out. If this was pinging and it was like there and you saw volume increase, then of course you would dial in on that. Most of these have already gone. So most of these ones have already gone. And this is just your first initial, hey, let's go and have a quick look around. I actually think the best way of finding these stocks right now is to use StockTwits or to use a social arbing platform where it's effectively finding chitter chatter on the internet, and it's a code you've never seen before. And then you go into that and you go back over January, see if it has pedigree into being able to crack, and then look for that one initial day of volume, or just look for a breakout on TA, and you know that already that stock was breaking out on TA, so it gives you a higher advantage that if you're parking money in it, because you want to get into these squeezes before they happen, obviously, you have to find one that's already breaking before the squeeze occurs, because if that's happening, your money, where you put your money in. So if I put my money in at $7 on a share, okay, so I put it in at $7 and it's already breaking through, and the worst it's been is, I don't know, let's say in this case, like $5 recently. My worst case scenario is probably it goes back down to the support and maybe I have to chop it up, or it finds support there and hovers and I can make a better decision. But if it's already increasing before these events occur, like this one was here, this is actually a fairly safe position to be in because you've got a base. You're not actually gambling as hardcore as some other people would be because you've already got some fair value estimation, which might be $5. You're buying at $7. You're not taking necessarily a full 100% gamble risk like you would be on a penny stock that's worth 2 cents, which it goes to basically zero straight away. So that's the way I look at it. But under 20 is the key for all of these squeezes. You cannot have a squeeze that is over 20 and you're looking for resistances. So just before resistances, like this type of thing here, you're looking for something like this one here. And then you're going in, you're dialing in and seeing exactly what's happened. So you can see this one ran over here in Feb. You can see it ran again recently, and it's just breaking through. I don't know what the hell VXRT is. I don't particularly care. I would then go and look at that. I would search stock tweets. I would find out whether the message volume is going up and go from there, because you've got to be in first. We'll go back to Square here. I love the trend line. I like the support that it's finding. And yeah, you guys seem to be kind of mixture on Cash App. Venmo supposedly is good. Yali says Cash App sucks. Well, I do have a problem with Jack Dorsey's ability to, I guess, finalize. I was also reading his thing on Tidal. I don't get it. I gotta say, I don't get it. Like, maybe he's a mad scientist or something, but I do not get that one. My big play here is just the fact they got the financial license. That's what I like. So I'd love to see this trend line break, and then we can take it back up. It's going to be a very interesting time. We'll follow this one heavily on the channel. I want to follow that. Market is going super green here after that CPI non-event, or middle event. So we're seeing 13,848. I think we can make a new high here on the SP500. We're going for it right now. I believe with this coil, I think we're getting a new high today. Is AMC moving? You guys seem to be spamming it. Is it going? 47.45. That's not exactly that exciting. Right on support. Welcome to the 1,609 viewers. I believe we need a little bit of hype. Have you guys got us to 500 plus likes? Guys, we're only at 400. What are you doing? Let's get that thing up to 500 right now while we answer some questions. Chris Edwards, $2. Can you look at SOAN stock, please? Sure, man. SOAN. Whoa. I hope that's not it. SOAN. You need to tell me what country it's in. I'm going to go with this one. Nope. This one. There we go. Wow, that is a horror. Dear God. Okay. We've got resistance. I wouldn't trade it technically, but if you wanted to, you'd be clutching and saying, yeah, it's around that supporty kind of area, around that 2.4, which is previous resistance here. I mean, I don't get it, dude, but yeah, 270 is the way to go. So if it's going to bounce, it bounces here. If it closes underneath this level, unfortunately, I think you could be looking at $2 or 220. So every 20 cents. So 220. So from underneath here to 220, underneath 220 to 2, but it's just clutching. So unfortunately, it's best I can do. JT, $4.99. Excellent, he says. Onward to $64 for Twitter. That's right. I think it could have a decent earnings report as well. I don't take Twitter into earnings reports. I'm terrified of it, but because it always sucks. But this time round, I have a feeling it's got a secret weapon. Ganzo Sharav, Super Chat, $4.99. CLF and TME are breaking through. Let's have a look at TME. 10-cent music entertainment. That's breaking through. Let's have a look at the daily. Volume's not exactly up. I'll be convinced you've told me it's breaking through once we get through 1645 on that one. Let's have a look at the next one for you. CLF. Cleveland Cliffs. This one is certainly breaking through. That's a big day for it. Steel up huge yesterday. 14.55%. Damn, dude. 24. What did we think this could go to? Best case. What was it? 20. I know we've done it before. 28. 28, man. That's a good break. 28. Yes. But I would definitely scale out a percentage. It's a great break for you. Congratulations, and I hope it keeps going. Andrew Fakasha. I don't know. I'm not sure if your last name is Fakasha. I know I'm spelling it wrong. I just thinking about the food. Canadian $5. Thoughts on NUR on the Neo CSE. Positive news coming. Is this a massive bull flag? My charts are pointing to 425 each. Let's have a look for you. NUR Neuron. Massive bull. Whoa. That flag is... you got to ask yourself the question is if that flag can fly. Can it fly? I'll give you a quick tip here, man. So when you're looking at flags, always hope that the flag doesn't ever come underneath the 38.2. So ideally, you want to have a flag that flies well. And as I say, if you want to come to the barbecue and I've got the flag up and I'm saying, come to the flag, come towards the flag, this flag will be drooping. It wouldn't be flying. It would be sitting next to the pole because it's too long. Unfortunately, it's pulled back way too far. 38.2 with spikes into the 50. We talk about this a lot now. Our course we wrote, we think of Fibonacci incredibly differently. It's all about human psychology of Fibonacci. It's not about, the 61/8's the golden fib. I don't care. Why should I care? Why should any of you care about the golden fib? We care about the human psychology of the market. Price action is everything. The manipulation of our retail small brains is everything. You guys know this. AMC's kind of exposed that concept as well. Manipulation of the markets is where it's at. So yeah, this is pulled back too much for it to be a flag still. Let's have a look if we've got any more. We do have consolidation here. So let's go to the daily. What I would be excited about if I was you is I'd be really excited about a $2 plus break. That would make me very excited on this stock. I already think you're doing the right things, like it's consolidating correctly. I think that you've got this 172, which should not be broken down against. I do not want to see under 172 because, of course, that's going to push you to 148. We don't want that. But I would like to see this bounce right now for you, move to 199, close above that, and then it can start some serious movement. And you don't really need to worry about it again till 234 after that point. Once it gets a close above 2 on the daily, it's good. So good luck on that one from a TA perspective. Stu Pie, also with a food last name. $4.99. Can you please have a look at Castor Maritime, CTRM? We can. And then we'll keep going through some of the stocks we're looking at right now. CTRM. Looks like it could be a good day on the markets here. Castor Maritime, yes. Trend line again. You can tell it's being trendy because it's rejecting on the daily. So each time it hits these levels, see the rejection. Rejection, 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 rejection. 20 moving average as well. Holding it down. That's the exponential red one. Look, it just continues to be in a downtrend, man. Yeah, I'm not pointing towards 425 either, Andrew, on that other one. This, oh boy. Close above the trend line, get above 370 plus. So you want to get above the 20 moving average. I want to see a closure above closure. Once we get that, then we can talk about improvements here. 450 will be the next level. So it goes 3 kind of 60 something into 4 into 450 into 550. It's not a special one. Unfortunately, it's really, really, really negative on the charts. It's tough to trade. I wouldn't trade it. If you like the company and you were buying it, where would you be looking at investment? Above the 20 moving average. Otherwise, you're just catching a falling knife. You're not going to get the best price, but you're going to get a better price. Would I trade this? No. It's too dodgy. Too dodgy. Shiba Inu is the highest trending because thousands of bots are buying it and searching for it. Forgotten Era says. Is that true? Is it really trending again? Let's have a look. I just want to kind of see Shibu. Well, that's not trending. That's trending down. No, the big trends today, these are the ones that are trending on stock tweets. Sometimes, I'm not sure if SHIB is even here. But we've got Ocugen, obviously, off that big drop. That's coming straight into a support line, but very bad from a fundamental standpoint from what we heard before. Fuel Cell, CLF, SPY, etc. Most active, of course, is going to be the big two up here. GME, yep, Workhorse, Ride, SOS, BlackBerry. So all the normal ones that have been moving. This is... if you were like a crazy person, you would say that's on that support line. But yeah, I don't know. Shibu, really? I don't think so. 19 minutes off the open. Thank you to the 1,600 people joining us. Let's get a little bit of hype in the room. I think it's that time. We need it. AMC on support. Market's doing really well. I believe that we can get a US 500 all-time peak today. Let's hope it can happen. And yeah, it's pretty good here. It's pretty good. Let's go through some further while we wait for the hard drive to load up here for some reason. We've got snow coming back to the 240-ish area. I think this broke out. For me, this has done the right amount of things for trades to be had in here. I think that was a pretty strong kind of tradey line. And if it's coming back today, then I still think this can have more in it. It goes against one of my biggest rules, though, and that is that it's still within the IPO time. So that is, we don't have a huge amount of yearly data on it, and I never like that about these stocks, but that's a great clean of 240. SE continues to power on. It's a great stock. You can see here the breakout will be 280. I think it's getting in the danger zone. So somewhere around this line up here, even though it's a great stock, I think it's overpriced. From a pure fundamental standpoint, it trades at an incredible multiple. If it comes down to 200, you could always set alerts down here. It is a very, very solid stock, this one, with some incredible movements. We've got our square down. TDOC, another one we've been watching for some time. I'm actually getting bullish on TDOC. 156.66 closure above, I will be bullish. Of course, 170 is the clear target here, previous support. If you have a look at this on the charts, look at that previous support coming across the board. That's a big deal. So that's a big one. Things like CRISPR as well. That's a big one that I like. Any of these biotechnology stocks I think are on the move. Big closure of today, anything. Like yesterday, we get another rejection candle. We get a rejection candle. Any closure above this will be creating the sequence we like. Trough, peak, high, trough, high, peak. And then we can move up to the 136 line. I believe that these are really coming into focus. But, you know, they're always risky. The thing with these biotech companies, one bad report, bang, there goes 20%. Thanks very much for the subscriptions coming in as well. Appreciate it, guys. Tom, bullish on TDOC? Yes, Kevin. Bullish. Well, I've been kind of like annoyed at the stock. I took it out and I had to get back in. These prices, they're getting good. PS is good, man. Even with their bleeding capital for acquisition. I don't know. I think that might be a one-off. Let's have a look at Enphase. Enphase is a very popular solar play. It's kind of like just hovering around. I think it needs to get above 145 for this. Go have a quick look at Shop. Shop, whatever. RK. Kind of broke out yesterday. And, you know, if you want to look at this one, I think ARKG is the better play. Let's have a look at Boeing. Boeing moving up through the session. Got a nice bit of coil here. This is the strength that we want to see in it. Love to see this coil just underneath that 260 high. This makes me I have a pretty good feeling about Boeing. I think it can get it done. 244 would be massive buy potential as well from the technical perspective. All right, there we go. We've finally got it up. We got technical difficulties, guys. Must be something to do with the power outages we've been having. We got P-Safe yesterday. Big trend line. Rejected that area. Imagine a closure above. That'll be another one. P-Safe. Trough. Peak. High trough. High peak sequence. There's a lot of good little breaks coming up here through quite a lot of stocks. So I think there's plenty for everybody. It just depends what you're looking at. Airbnb, we talked about that on support. I said I'd bring it up. Let me see if I've got it. Okay, Google Trends. Let's just do a quick trend search here. It's not a bad way of kind of just thinking about stocks slightly differently. Obviously, you want to go here, United States. We want to go 5 years, ideally. And what we actually want from Airbnb here is not really this. We want Airbnb to be 100% right now. So see how like last time, if you go to like last year, oh goddamn this thing, May 24th to 30th, 79, and then June 7th to 13th, 100. So when we look at this, June 6th to 12, 82 for the search, not good, not ideal. I want that to be 100. So that if that was 100, I'd be buying this so hardcore. If that was flatlining above, I would be like, hell yes. But because it's not, it's just that little bit of extra that I want to see. Is it on support? Yes. Is it a decent pickup here? I think it's okay. But if it was 100 plus, I'd be way, way, way more excited about it. Fastly, please. Yeah, we'll do Fastly. Good pickup by the community on this one. Gap closed, though. Gap closed. Great gap close. But if you're not out of this, I don't know what the hell you're doing. This is a absolute gap close. It moved up. A lot of you guys in the community were on this. It was awesome. And awesome to see. Big 2 days. I feel like gap closed yesterday. You know, somewhere in here you had to be nimble hands. We had, 59.84. But, you know, anywhere between 62 and this low, you had to be very, very careful. And this was clearly running off hype due to Wall Street bets, due to everybody else. This was not because Fastly's glorious. AED $10. Hey, Tom, thoughts on the UK 100? Looks bullish. Yeah, we'll have a look at that one. Oh, Simon missed your one as well. Oh, missed a few. Simon Tekeste, $4.99, no message. Thank you very much. Jonathan Lopez, $5. Okay, do you look at Workhorse? Can it keep running? 12 minutes off the market open here. Yeah, Workhorse can. Hit the resistance twice, which is a good sign. I don't think it's exhausted like everybody's buying power, but it's, you know, clearly in a bit of a big problem. Closure above here will be big for it, like really big. That will signal some serious buys. I think this is possible that it keeps going, but again, AMC and GME have to find support. If they don't find support, you're just not going to get it. You're just not going to get it. Sorry, Jonathan. That's the best I can say. It's AMC and GME. They've got to do it. Simon Tekeste coming back with a $1.99. Tom, what do you think of PaySafe? Market cap looks good. Yeah, I just did it then. He did a donate. But yeah, PaySafe looks really, really good. I think it looks really good. This trend line is incredibly compelling. Market capitalization, $8.7 billion. I don't know whether the fundamentals pay out here on this. But yeah, once we get through 1280, it's solid. You've got a solid sequence events. You've got a solid movement. And I think you can easily get $14 and others. And we will follow it. It's in our speculatives now. We're following it. And Mohammed said FTSE 100. Let's do the UK 100. The Boomer. This is a Boomer index. Have you ever seen a Boomer index? It's financials, energy, random old businesses. And while value plays are on, it does quite well. You've said looks bullish. Yeah, I think it looks okay. It's gotten through. It's consolidating. I think it's going to be a slow grind. Don't expect big moves here. You know, best case scenario obviously is just back into the 7600s. A lot of oil in this. A lot of oil here. So because there's a lot of oil, a lot of older mineral industries and stuff, as long as oil keeps moving, look at this, 0.99% here for oil. Black gold's in. Good work, Black Gold. You're doing us proud. Then it can keep moving. So yeah, the breakout, is it happening daily? It doesn't look bearish. Little closure above 71.24 should sequence bigger moves slightly. It's like melting up, slight grind here. Yeah, all about probably Black Gold continuing to run for this index. It's very important. And of course, financials not faltering. Yeah. 74 first target, 76 second target. Chase LeBlanc Wendy's. Yeah, I saw the move for this yesterday. This is another Wall Street Bets one. This is ridiculous. I'd say this is completely over. I'd say that's completely over. That might be a one and done. That might be a one and done. It is back to previous resistance, which is becoming, a possibility of support. If you believe that the company is actually worth this much, I mean, obviously it's had some meminess on it yesterday, I believe. So it's not the worst price ever. Worst case, it goes back down to where it was. Somewhere in that 23 before this big volume came through on it. That's probably more taking advantage if they didn't expect there to be volume though. And this is not a small company, this is still $5.58 billion. So with Wendy's, it is on support, and AMC and GME, again, that's the story. They have to move for you to be successful. Tom, what do you think about Uber? I don't like. Truly Messiah says boomers still own Wall Street. Hell yeah, they do. Absolutely. David Tepper owns a lot of PaySafe, says Truly Messiah. Did Tom do UPS? Upstart, UPST. What is this? Why would I do this stock? Usually. Is there a reason? I mean, I read your thing. Oh, no. No, man. It's too new. I don't like it. I'm out. I'm running away as fast as I can. That stock's mad. I mean, nah, it's too new. I thought you were going to say UPS. Yeah, we looked at this one. Let's have a look at the daily. As we suspected, guys, a giant, nasty rip-off crapper. Absolute rip-off stock. And this is just like, look at it. Nah. Not having any of that, or John Deere. I'm going to go put my UPS and FedEx and stuff. Let me put this in the shorts. After our analysis the other day, I hate them all. FedEx. Where is it? FDX. You're all going in the short pile. Because all of these are absolutely ridiculous sugar rushes that are going to die. Look at DE. Look at DE, guys. You want to talk about Wyckoff, whatever you want to call about. That is a classic case. ISMO, AED, $25. Can we take a look at OIH? A long trade at this level. So just remember as well, bears, if you're bears out there, bears can still individually short stocks. In fact, that's the better way of doing things. You find stocks that are ridiculous, like this one, and then you realize they're ridiculous, and then you look for great quality patterns, and you slam them, because that is not cool. No. A massive company like this running like that? I don't think so. So ISMO wants OIH. Yeah, you're right. Says, is this a long trade at this level? From a technical standpoint, yes. Boy, oh boy. That VanEck sector oil fund's been getting beaten up. Look, this is an oil sector fund, so is it a trade from this level? Yes, but it all ultimately comes down to oil itself. I don't know if I'd buy the whole ETF, because it's probably going to own a bunch of companies with really bad balance sheets, because there are a lot of very, very dirty, bad oil companies out there, and this one's going to own some of those, I'm sure. Oil services, though, I think it's pretty good. This is a good breakout. Move up to 280 would be your target. Oil's moving. Services are the play at the moment. We've talked about goods versus services coming into the market. We think services are the play moving forward, and goods have had their sugar rush. That's why I think John Deere is a ripoff. And I also think those two shipping companies are a little bit too expensive. UPST is loved. Swing it, baby. Oh, you guys love it. UPNDN. Look, I'm sure it's great, man. It's too early for me. Like when you're doing technical analysis on something and it's just come in and it's a brand new company on the index, I don't ever feel comfortable in it. I got a rule, 12 to 18 months. Otherwise, I don't touch it. That's how I feel about it. Glenn says Chinese education stocks are bouncing off a crazy dump off. Tal Edu Gotu. Oh, is that what Gotu is? This GoTo is a tech company. I didn't even... education company. Yeah, this one's got interest in it at the moment. Boy, oh boy, it was a big sell-off. Why did it get sold off? Why did it even get to this price? Actually, this company makes absolutely no sense. I might have to look into it more myself. Look at the runs. Holy moly. Maybe there's more to the Goku stock than we said. Just because when you think about those runs, what, it's so cheap compared to what it was. Obviously, there's some government risk there, but it's bounced back from that before. No idea. All right, let's get into the market. We've got US 100 coming in strong. 42.35, 34 for the US 500. We could witness history on the bell here with an all-time high. We'll get rid of that one. We'll go US 100 here. We'll obviously bring up AMC for the open as it's on support. And I'll let you guys decide on the last one. Spam it in the community right now. What do you want me to show on the screen for the open, everybody? What do you want me to show? Support, somewhere around $48-ish for AMC. I want to see it bounce quickly up to there or come in at around 48 bucks. And we will watch... What else is moving pretty hard? BTC 37.5, down almost 1,000 from where it was before. BTC shorts, absolutely insane right now. You guys all want to watch plug. Okay. Disappointing that's down here. I must say I don't like 3.79 down. 31 sucks, but it's not underneath the support. We'll watch that one through the session. All right, plug's going to open up 31.20. What else we got? GME. Yeah, GME seems to be getting the second one. Fair enough. Right on support after earnings. 288. That's good. I think GME is the sleeper here in these two. I think AMC versus GME, if I was to be a crazy gambler, which I'm not, but if I was, what do you guys feel? Which one's better as an opportunity right now? Community, tell me. GME or AMC? If you only could pick those two, which one do you like most? Let's pit the community against each other. Tell me now. Spam it in. 1 minute till we get the market open. Again, US 500 moving up after the CPI data. CPI data came in slightly above forecast. Obviously, Wall Street early here is deciding non-event. IWM, we'll watch that on the open. We'll see how that opens up. It is still above the channel breakout, though. Here we go. GME. GME is winning easy. Here's the open, everybody. 47.71. GME opens at a 281 right on support, around that level that it should be. You can see the resistance becoming an area of interest. AMC, I'd like to recover pretty quickly here. Plug opens up down 3%, 31.45. US 500 could be witnessing history. Let's move over to the SPX to see whether we are witnessing history. We need a 42.38-ish, is that right? To witness history. And we are only a few points away from that. The rest of the market's coming in. IWM only up 0.26. Tesla up 0.7. Over 602. Closure there would be nice for some further bullish action. Oh, yeah. Let's scroll down. Square opens 0.48. I still think that's unfair. Airbnb opened down 2%. I think a few people are probably looking at that Google trend. They're not happy with it not hitting plus 100. Twitter up 0.15. Pretty marginal. SE continues up. Scroll down through everything else. We've got PSFE down 0.33, GME down 5 now, and AMC, where is it? Down only 0.69. Nice. So AMC's gotten back up. Seems like it's pretty split. GME versus AMC. I'm going to go with GME won this one. Probably about 70-30 split. So as we suspected, they're coming in at support levels, all of these stocks, which is good. CLOV up 3. Much better than the 16 it was before, 16.20 pre-market. It's not too bad. Square now down. Let's go to the US 100. US 100 only finding a 0.06 up. So pretty mixed messages there. Overall, my feelings are we should be able to get a new high from the S&P 500. Fingers crossed. AMC needs to hold at least a 15-minute candle above the 48 for me to be excited about it. And same with the GME above 280. If they fail and they can't hold it, that is a very big disappointment, I think, early here for you guys. On the thoughts of the market, probably the first 2 hours are going to show you what's going to go on today. It's not going to be the first hour necessarily because we know that's the retail hour. So the second hour of trade, in the first half an hour, I would expect to see the true dynamics of where the market wants to go for the session. They may sell off early here, being in a resistance, then scare all the retail market out and then push it up. That's a very possible thing. US oil continues to be probably one of the better positions, and you can see the VIX, the volatility index, just jumped straight out of the market, down 5.87%. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize I was cut off the whole time. What a noob. I can see it now. Sorry guys, my bad. FSAL missed EPS by 28%. Can is primed for bullish run. Tom, no bell today. We don't have no bell today. Ozark says, I've got a killer headache. I'm going to bounce later all. See you, mate. There we go. You just saw history. That's what I was waiting for. 4238. Bam. S&P 500 has done it. Congratulations, everybody. All-time high. To the haters in the comments today, I don't even know what to say. Don't hate. Don't hate, guys. You don't need to hate. Amazon alert just went off. Ooh. Let's have a quick look at that. All-time high, baby. Let's do it. Plug 32. Good. I believe in you, Plug. You are going to 38 for us, okay? You're going to go all the way up here, and you're going to take us to the magical land of 38, and it's going to be all good. Square moving now 1.15. Told you it was unfair. It was unfair on Square, but we'll be watching the trend line tomorrow for that one. Sandollar 77. Oh my God, Sandollar, you're back, man. Where have you been? I've been missing you, bro. My mother-in-law, she goes, where's Sandollar? She watches the stream. She goes, where's Sandollar? He's not here anymore. Welcome back. US $4 for the coffee. Appreciate it, bro. Sandollar was probably one of the biggest supporters of the channel when we first got started in terms of doing the live streams. Appreciate you, man. Great to have you back. Sandollar, did I mod you? You need to be modded. How do I mod people? That's awesome. He's back. The legend. 42.41. This is where the boom begins. So we're getting those extra points coming through here. The rest of the market's starting to run. It's a beautiful thing. Tesla 1.77. Yes. I'm happy. I hope you guys are too. Let me mod Sandollar. I think he already is. Yep. What happened to FSAL, says S. Burgos. Supposedly they missed EPS by some percentage, 20-something percent. Luke Petraglia says, I've loved your work for a while, mate. I'm an Aussie too. Welcome, Luke. Good to have you here in the US market. The best trading market in the world. Don't get me wrong. The best. AMC doing the right stuff here. Let's have a quick look at the broad. I want to have a look at the broad. SE 2.83%. Damn, it's a beast. CrowdStrike 2.3, another beast. Boeing 2.27%. Nice. Tesla, a lot of our favorites up here. Square, Tesla, John Deere. I think after the breakdown, it's moving back up to test from the bottom up. I'm still pretty negative on that company. Makes sense though for it to get there. And on the negative side, we've got Airbnb. Actually, not much negative. Very little negative companies now. Let's go to the watch lists. Let's go percentage change. The Goku, the go-to. We should have paid more attention to that yesterday. Up 8%. Clover Health now 3. Negative side. Oxygen cannot quite handle it. Obviously bad trial kind of news about the FDA process. And then we've got GameStop down 7%, floating around the 280 support. Plug Power 1.85 down now. Bit unfortunate. All right. Well, you guys witness history here in the stream. Thank you so much for joining us for the Thursday market. We'll be doing Friday tomorrow, 1.5 hours before the New York Open. I'm pretty pumped. I think today's going to be a pretty good day. I hope everybody makes a little bit of money. And if you do, that's going to be a really awesome session. I hope so. Be careful in Bitcoin. The BTC shorts, just to leave you again with this, will load up BTC. Huge amount of whales taking shorts here. Be very careful with Bitcoin price at this level. If I was to pick and I was flipping a coin, I would say this thing is more likely going to go down over the next 24 hours than up. That would be just based on the fact that in every exchange I've looked at today, there is very large short potential coming in, and this is as high as it's been since 2020. And around, if you actually put this chart over the top, if we can actually compare this, see if I can compare this for you guys. What you can notice, if we go to the daily, probably the wrong way around. I got to do the other way. I do BTC over the top. Let me do it for you. BTC. Okay, get BTC shorts for you. Well, that's not going to work either. God damn it. Oh, Jesus. What am I doing? This is not working. Go to the daily. There we go. Perfect. So what you'll notice is that this short data is incredibly high right now. If we go back through time, there has been a correlation with the shorts increasing and then a big fat dump happening straight after that. So the shorts increase, and then as this gets spiked down hard, that's been correlated with this decline. So there is a decent amount of correlation here. It happened recently as well. Be careful of the BTC shorts. I think that's big. It's big, big, big. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us. And come into the Discord room. ! Discord, ! Twitter if you want to follow us on that. If you're interested in finding out more about our course, I will shill. Why not? You can find the description links down below. We put a lot of effort on that one. I think it'll help every single person. I say it's like this. It's going to speed up your TA knowledge 500%. That is an arbitrary number, but I believe it will speed up your TA knowledge. That's the whole thing. It's about giving you hard and fast rules to make better decisions. There's plenty of people out there that like it. See everyone. Bye for now, and catch you tomorrow. That's right. Lots of shorts. Nas about to break out. Yeah, it's a beautiful day, guys. Oh, yeah. Look at that Nas. 13,000. Oh, I didn't even see it. 13,919. Yes. I'm going to give that one person a downvote now in the comment section. They're going to get a downvote. No, I'm just very happy for you guys that are long, hopefully, right now. This is not bet that we saw it. The bears were getting trapped. The coil. And at this stage, it looks good for the bulls. The bulls are pressing through here pretty hard. Wow. It's good stuff. Bye for now.